here, pretty. Good morning, pretty. How are you? Hey everybody, Kat here, Vegas Fruity. It's Thursday, and something's been going around. You know, we worked our way through the cold in our family, and now 2 days ago, our 3-year-old woke up with pink eye, and that's extremely contagious. And you know, took him to the doctor yesterday. His eye looked so weird the night before. You know, just kind of, he looked okay during the day, and then I went out for a while, and when I came back, it was really super red. And I said, what happened to his eye? You know, so by the next morning, it just couldn't open, you know, and it had all the yucky guck on it and stuff. And it was so red. It looked like, I don't know if you've seen District 9 or not, but there's this moment where it's like the main character is gonna turn into this lizardy type alien, and his eye looks all like red and junk, and it's like, that's what his eye looked like. So he looked like this little alien guy. So I took him to the doctor yesterday. The doctor said, yes, it's pink eye, which is a virus. So although it's very highly contagious, you can't really treat it. You have to wait until it gets, you know, ready or to leave and it, you know, clears up. But what you can do, they gave me some drops for his eyes. Basically, that they said that was to keep it clean and clear the infection, because if it encounters abrasiveness, and once you know, if you cut anything or you leave, you know, yourself open to infection, the infection is what's really dangerous. So we want to make sure that doesn't set in. And it's already looking better today, so hopefully it won't last too much longer. But yesterday I had to, you know, go and pick up. I asked my husband if he would pick up our 7-year-old from school, because I don't want to take a little 3-year-old around all the other moms, you know, and dads picking up their kids, because honestly, it strikes fear into another mom to see a kid with pink eye, because you know how contagious it is, and you're like, you shouldn't be bringing your kid around other kids if you have pink eye. And so I didn't want anybody to look at him like that. My husband couldn't pick up our 7-year-old from school, so I had to take the little ones with me to do that. So I thought, gosh, I don't want anybody to see him. I'm gonna hang on to his hand. I have plenty of sanitizer, and not let him touch anything or go near anybody, but I needed to cover his eye up. So I made him a little felt eye patch, and I had to use some yarn to kind of like make a pirate patch to go over his eye. And it just looked a little odd, so I thought, you know, this is really gonna, hang on a second. So I wanted to go incognito somehow with the eye patch. It's not easy to disguise an eye patch. So I thought, well, without people wondering why is he wearing that, so I gave him this, and I made him into a little pirate. So he just kind of carried this little hook hand around, and I think we played it off pretty well. So nobody suspected the pink eye. They just figured he was a little pirate for the day. So anyway, I have been meaning to get to a topic. You know, I made a response video to Plant-Based Cyclist video the other day. And I'm going to look for his video, and I'll put it in the description bar if you want to take a look at it. And he asked a question about you know, how to approach people who, you know, friends and family, loved ones, or somebody that matters to you that you want to share, you know, a plant-based lifestyle with, because you know it would help their health, and they may be going through some hard times. What would be the best way to share with them so that, you know, they can maybe think about adapting that kind of lifestyle and getting better? And so he brought up some interesting concepts and ways about going about it. And instead of answering, I said I would make a video, which I did, but then my husband said it was long-winded, so I ended up getting rid of it. So now, basically, to be brief, I just wanted to say on that end, I think that you definitely have to wait for, if you want to share your lifestyle to really influence somebody because you know they're going through a disease or a sickness that you know this would help with, but you don't want them to slam the door shut when you bring it up, or you know, feel like you're being judgmental or better than you or anything like that. I think that you need to wait for an opening to really be effective. Number one, I think, is always to lead by example. Most of the time it does get people's attention if they see you successfully doing a lifestyle. And then, that really seems to, even if they don't ask right away, they remember it. Because I've had people that, we don't talk about it, but maybe a year later or 6 months later, they say, she was doing this and she seemed to be pretty successful. I think I'm going to ask her about it, or I may try it myself. And so then, it kind of comes back to them. So in a way, by leading by example, you've already planted a seed. So it's really good to be conscious about, how you are living your own lifestyle. Are you being successful in your plant-based lifestyle? In your choices, in your healthy choices? Someone is always watching, and pardon me. So number two would be my advice would be to wait for an open window. Rather than coming across as, pretty preachy or judgmental, to wait until they actually do say something. And then, it's been my opinion that instead of saying, well, you need to do this and you need to do that, and if you only did this, to maybe come more from a neutral point of view, where you're saying, for me, this is what works for me, or I have found. That's when it's really good to bring up your experience with your studies and your research, and that way you can gear them toward the right books. You can say, I think one thing that's been very successful with us is to help to advise people on watching Forks Over Knives. It's a very, very informative movie, and really answers a lot of questions a lot better, I think, than I could to sit down at first and talk to somebody about. Then on top of that, to have any of McDougall's books out there, T. Colin Campbell's. I mean, a lot of people that watch this video are, they know about these books. The China Study, they know about Dr. Esselstyn, they know about the Engine 2 diet, a lot of plant-based books, and Dr. Greger, Michael Greger's videos, nutritionfacts.org, a lot of these things, and so just to have these in your repertoire that you can actually help to advise people to go and refer them to people who actually give their lives to researching how to do this successfully. But to wait till that open door so that you can, they'll be more receptive, I think. And number three, my advice would be to actually wait. And yes, I said wait, do your thing, continue to be successful in your efforts and in what you're doing, but wait for things to take, wait for them to basically come about and change their mind. And the reason I say that is because you can always lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. You just cannot. Better to be on neutral ground and to be there as a resource so they can come back to you than to slam a door shut by trying to force feed somebody. And I had a friend once who, she knew how my lifestyle was. She knew that I felt successful in doing this, and yet we never really spoke about it until she started sharing more about, she had rheumatoid arthritis pretty bad, and she, it would bring her to tears, and I felt so horrible for her. But at one point when she started sharing with me, I saw that as an open window, and I don't have experience with RA myself, but I do know that Dr. John McDougall has helped many people overcome the difficulties of rheumatoid arthritis with the starch solution, and he has treated many people that way. So I gave her that information. I gave her the referral for his book, where to go online, and told her how wonderful that program is. And she seemed very receptive and very open to it, because at that point she was very tortured. I don't even think that her pain medication at that time was helping very much. And at the time, I think she was also having some issues with insurance even covering the medication. And what better time to handle it naturally through your diet than this. So she was very receptive, but unfortunately, about a week and a half later, I checked up with her again and asked her how she was doing and if she had been able to get the book and how everything was going. And her answer was, it really surprised me because we had spoke in depth about it and she did seem very receptive. But her answer was that, well, I don't need to I don't need to do that. My doctor upped my medication and my insurance is going to cover it, so I have a stronger dose of pain meds, so I don't need to explore the avenue of diet and nutrition anymore. I'll save that for another time when I feel I may need it, but right now I'm okay. And I was really surprised about that. But I mean, we did absolutely everything. I led her to the water, but I can't make her drink. And even if you do make somebody drink, you can't make them swallow. I mean, you have to really wait and let them come upon an epiphany or, a moment of enlightenment themselves where they finally get it and grasp the fact that they are the sole responsible person for this body, and you only get one. So I most certainly wouldn't trust it to medications if I didn't need to, absolutely need to. So anyway, that's my take on all of that. Again, if you want to watch the video and answer yourself, I'd be interested to watch yours and see what you have to say about it. How would you share with somebody a plant-based lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, when you know that they're not on the right track and they're headed for diabetes or they're into all these, sicknesses, and they really need to hear it. How do you share that? What's your take on that? So anyway, and again, check out Plant-Based Cyclist. He's got some awesome videos, and I'll see you all later. Love you guys. Bye.